Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome to Judy's Creations in Crochet Special Edition, January the 2nd, 2023. I hope you all had a great holiday. Maybe you got to visit with family and friends. Maybe you had a nice chance to rest and relax. This is a special edition of my video. This is not my regular video. It will come out on Thursday like it always does. But I'm here today to tell you about the special KAL that I am going to be doing this year. It's a year-long KAL, but I have monthly segments of it. And I'm going to, I know I mentioned it, I told you a little bit about it in my video maybe 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago. And I'm going to tell you all about it today in depth. And then this will be the video that I will link for further references each month. I will be coming to you on the very first day of every month, and I'll explain what's going to happen in just a moment. The only reason I didn't come to you on the first day of January, I think might be obvious. January 1st is a big holiday, and lots of people are still visiting with family, or maybe they're on the road traveling home from their Christmas vacations, or maybe you were just all gathered around the TV watching football. But whatever it was, I know that yesterday was not a day that I wanted to bring you a video. So I'm going to start, I won't do this every month, I don't think, but I'm going to start with what am I wearing. That's typically where I start. So I'll take it off to show you. This is the Zerzuru shawl. The pattern is by Reggie from J Hook Crochet. I think this is the third one that I made, and I'm going to hold it up close in the hope that you might catch, yes, a little bit of the sparkle that is in this yarn. This is yarn from my favorite Canadian dyer. Does it look like snowflakes? My favorite Canadian dyer, which is Ravenswood, and Ravenswood is on the East Coast. They are now located in New Brunswick, and I love their yarn, and as you know, I love sparkly, and she does a fair bit of sparkly that I always enjoy. So what is this KAL I've been alluding to? Well, maybe some of you are familiar with Seta from Seta's Place. She has done a year-long KAL for 2 or 3 years. I know one year she had an Alaskan calendar, and she went to every month and showed you the picture and used that for inspiration. Then last year she got pictures of various content creators and made her own calendar. It was a lovely calendar, and use that for inspiration. I also heard that somebody this past year did a birthstone of the month to use as the inspiration for crocheting for the KAL. And I thought I would like to do something for this year. This year, 2023, I will tell you on Thursday why I find it to be a special year. And I wanted to do something with my viewers. I have some very, very loyal followers. Thank you for following, always being here for every video I do. I really appreciate it. And I want to welcome new followers to my channel, and maybe doing a KAL might encourage you to join with my other loyal followers. I appreciate every one of you. So I thought, what could I use for inspiration? And I came up with the idea of using the flower of the month. Every month does have a flower. Like I've always known, my birthday's in September, my birthstone is sapphire, and my flower of the month is an aster. So I thought, I'm going to look up what the flowers are for each month, and we can use that for an inspiration to do a monthly project. Now, I'm calling it a cow, but I'm calling it a cow in both sense of the words, both a C-A-L and a K-A-L, because I know some of my subscribers both knit and crochet, and I even have some followers that just knit. And I think they come for the yarn content that I have, and I appreciate that. So I'm going to make it open to all the fiber arts, and I'm going to include weaving as well. So feel free. I hope you will follow along with me and make an object each month based on the flower of the month. So to get us started, I'm going to share the screen. First, I'm going to fill the screen with my inspiration picture, and then I'll share the screen with it. So the flower for January is carnation. And here it is. And the carnation signifies, I believe it's love, devotion, and rebirth. And how fitting to use the carnation that signifies rebirth for January. Now, when you're looking at this picture, when I looked at this picture, the first of my yarns that popped out at me were these two. To me, these really fit with the colors in the calendar. But I had these kind of put aside with a pattern in mind that required 4 colors. So I added in this color. Again, it's pretty obvious that it fits with the picture. And then for a 4th color, I found this. And to me, this fit quite well also, because it does have that beigey look, but it has the different tones of pinks that are found in the flowers. So let me fill you in on, I am going to use these, and I know the pattern I'm going to use, but I won't tell you about it right now, other than to say that it is an asymmetrical triangle. I'll talk more about that in a minute. So I want to tell you a little bit about these yarns. Well, I'm going to start with, by the way, see my sparkle. And apparently there's some sparkle in this one too. You see a little bit of sparkle in there? This dark brown one is from Black Cat Custom Yarn. Black Cat Custom Yarn is a dyer that is in British Columbia. And this is merino and silver stellina. So there's definitely some sparkle in there. It's just not heavy. So that's the first yarn. So that's from British Columbia. Then we go to the other coast for this yarn, because I can see by the tag sticking out that it is, I know it's a merino nylon blend with stellina in it, and it is a yarn from Ravenswood. I mentioned them earlier. They are my favorite Canadian hand dyer, and they are on the East Coast. So we've got the East Coast, we've got the West Coast. Then the next one that I thought looked like the pinks, this is a pink tweed, and I got this just over maybe 3 years ago at a Fleece and Fiber Festival here in Ontario. And you can see this is also Canadian made from TK Fibers, and I believe they're here in Ontario. So we've got the East Coast, we've got the West Coast, we've got Ontario, which is kind of central Canada, all represented. And this says that it's a merino and black nips. That's the and you can see the black tweed speckling through there. And it's a three ply fingering. It says it's 250 yards, but it's the same size as these others, so I have to think that it has more than 250 yards in it. But I will be careful where I put it so that I don't need as much, because I don't want to run out. I mean, these others say, I'm quite sure that there are, yeah, 400 meters, and I'm pretty sure that one is too. So I don't quite understand if this is fingering, how it happens to be 250 yards, but we'll find out when I get working. It may have been smaller and I didn't realize it. And then the last yarn, the neutral beige, it comes from, now this one is from the US, and it is from a chick that knits. I found her on, I'll get this out here where you can see it, a chick that knits. I found her on Etsy, and this again is a merino nylon blend, 3 ply, and 400 yards. So I'm not too sure about that pink one, but these are the colors I'm going to use. And I'm using, and you can see they fit, I'll flash the picture one more time. They fit, I think, quite well with that picture. So every month, after the first day of the month, you'll be able to go to Ravelry. I have a link to the Ravelry, to a my project page in Ravelry, and I'm going to show that here right now. And you can see the picture in the top row has that picture of the woman holding the carnations, and you'll be able to go there anytime you want and see that picture again. It's an easy way to see the picture when you're trying to pick out your yarns throughout the month, because I am really hoping that you, my viewers, will join me in each of these monthly cows and make some item. It can be any item you like. It can be a hat. It can be fingerless gloves. It can be a cowl. It can be bigger. It can be a shawl. Heck, it can be a sweater if you really like to make a sweater. I am, at one time I was going to do a shawl every month, and then I decided, no, I might get tired of shawls. So I've decided that it's always going to be something that's like neckwear. So it could be a shawl, it could be an asymmetrical triangle, it could be a cowl, it could be one of these from CJ Brady. I love her one skein item, so if I only have one skein, I'll make one of hers. But I'm going to do something in that line. But you're welcome to make whatever you like in whichever craft you prefer, be it crochet, be it knitting, or be it weaving, because I think I may have some weavers that watch as well. And every month, on the first of the month, I am going to show the pictures from the previous month. So I'll be back February 1st, and on February 1st, I'm going to show all the pictures that were submitted to me based on our January colors and the carnation picture. And I hope that a number of you will decide to join in and send me pictures. So I'll show those pictures, and then I will show you the new picture for the next month, in this case February, and I will show you the yarn that I have selected. I may show the pattern sometimes, but mostly I'm just going to show the inspiration and the yarn. And then I will go and start a project page and put that information on Ravelry. And at the end of the month, if you really like that project, you're going to see my finished project in Ravelry as well. But I won't put a picture of the finished product until I have shown it to you here in a video. And we're going to do that every month. I have already researched all the 12 flowers for each month, and I have yarn for each month, but I haven't picked patterns. I will do that as I go. So I hope you find this an interesting idea and a bit of a challenge that I'm throwing out to you to join me in doing this monthly CAL for the year 2023. And I really look forward to seeing all of your projects. So until we meet again, happy hooking.